I've completed my box with four sides and a base. So I've got a bottom that's an insert into the gap. Now I'm going to make the lid, but I'm going to put an insert on the lid so that it holds its position, and that insert is ultimately going to be exactly the same as the bottom that's going to slot in there. So that'll make more sense in a moment. So what we need is a lid that fits around the outside perimeter. If I look at that side, it's 6 inches, and if I look at that guy, that's 4, but half and half makes that 5. So the top lid's going to be 6 by 5. So let's make a quick lid that is going to fit on the top. So if I make a quick rectangle, that goes 6 inches, 6 tab, 5 tab. Lock that down and finish that sketch, and just take a bit into perspective there. All my extrusions have been 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to add some color to that guy so that when I bring him in, I can distinguish him from other parts that are already made. And I'm going to make him blue. Files, save as. I've got a couple lids already saved, so I'm going to call him box lid. I think I'm at 3. So now if I go back to my assembly, I'm going to bring in both that piece that we've just made, place box lid 3. I'm just going to place him and press escape to get out of that. And then let's bring in another bottom so that we can make a connection between those two pieces to make our final lid that will stay locked into the center of the box. So first constraint that I'm going to apply is between these two lid components. So I'm going to mate them together by doing a mating constraint between the blue and the gray one. So those guys are going to slap together. So that took place. Now I'm going to move to a flush, but I don't want to make a clean flush between these two. I want them to be a bit offset. The thickness of the wall is 0.5, so I am going to apply a bit of an offset where they're not going to be perfectly flushed out. So that those two are mated, but there's a gap now of 0.5 inches. That'll again be more obvious. Let's finish this process and see what's the final result. So I want to flush that guy and that guy too, but again, I want to use an offset so that the wall has a place to go. So if I apply that, my lid is now set. And if I pick up that lid now, hopefully it's becoming obvious that if I put that lid in that box, it's actually going to be held there by that insert. The constraints that I want to apply to the lid, just so that we can see that it fits together, is 2 flushes. I don't want to mate this thing down. I want to be able to open my box. So let's finish it with 2 quick flushes where I'm going to take outside edges. So the outside long dimension and this long dimension for my lid, let's make those guys apply. And then let's get out, since that wasn't as obvious as what we were expecting. Now let's put, just to finish that process, so I think it happened, what we want to do is happen, but it's not even close to where I want it to be. And then, let me just see what, so that's fine. And now I want to take this front face to be able to rotate this thing properly. I'm going to take constraint and flush out this front with that front. But let's cancel that. So it looks like it will be the opposite side that I'm going to flush out with this one. So my orientation for my 2 parts just got a little awkward. So let's just try this with this side to see. Apply. So now I'm just going to cancel it and see where we're at. So now I have a box that has a lid and it's been constrained. If I take a look at this box lid, I have a flush that went on those two sides and the flush that went on the front side. So these two sides are flushed. I did not mate it for the intent of being able to lift it out to see it kind of in action on how it's going to fit inside that space. But now as it closes, it would hold that gap and not move around. So that'll be the end of this video where we've constructed a lid that has been placed on top of the box.